All right, channel surfers, week 1 of Big Brother 27. We already have sunglasses flying, lawyer sniffing an outhouse, trying to figure out what seafood smell is in there, and HOH going full weenie. Welcome to Remote Reality's recap of Big Brother 27, episode 3.
Remote reality, yeah, that's the key. Unlocking stories wild and free. With the host, side by side. Channel surfers, let's ride.
I'm Lauren, and this is my mom.
Mama C.
And we have been watching Big Brother since season 2. I am an attorney. My mom is a retired school teacher, and we are longtime Big Brother fans. Jimmy was saying he had only watched for 10 years. That's only since season 17. Like, he missed a lot of good stuff, and that might explain some of his gameplay here. So we're starting out this week with the fallout from Vince's nominations. He put up Ashley, not because of showering, which is what he said, but also despite an agreement that he had made with Ashley, Jimmy, Adrienne, and Vince, because they were the 4 playing in the HOH. They said we're going to guarantee each other's safety. He put up Amy because he saw that she was feeling some sort of way toward Ashley. Now, Amy is going in thinking she's a pawn. Vince put her up in reality because of her emotional reaction to Ashley being nominated. And then Zay, he put him up. And that's his target going into this week. He wants to get this guy who is a physical threat out of the house. He could also be a threat, I guess, on a social level as far as the ladies. But that's where we are coming into episode 3. Now, Amy in the diary room crying after nominations, saying this is her and her kids' show. It reminded me of you, Mama C.
Why do I cry?
Oh, because we've been watching this episode since season 2. This is our show. You and your kids' show.
I feel like I've been watching this episode since season 2, but no.
This episode. We're on like take 30. I've been ADHD distracted, and then I also got a FaceTime call from anyway. So
let's just keep going.
Let's keep going. So Ashley, I feel similar to Ashley, except I don't even know what to do in the shower for more than like 10 minutes. On TikTok, Mama C, they are taking your side on the Showergate that this was inconsiderate. What is more inconsiderate? Her 2-hour shower or the fact that I probably would not have showered and it's day 3.
Lauren, I don't even have words for this.
I haven't showered since Monday's episode. Anyway. But I'm a lawyer like Ashley. And I said at the end of last week, I think that Ashley will call out Vince on breaking that promise. That's kind of that cross-examination mode. You're not credible because you broke this promise to me. At first I was thinking maybe she should have done it in front of a bunch of people, but that's unpredictable right now. We don't know if those people are even going to believe her. So this may have been the smarter strategy to do it in the HOH room.
When she approached Vince downstairs with all the people, she was very calm.
She was.
If she had blown up, that would have painted a bigger target on her back that, oh my gosh, this woman is drama.
You're right.
We just need to get her out. It was wise for her to go upstairs and talk with Vince. He claimed that she was very emotional and he didn't expect that out of her and Amy. However, they're women and you don't know it's stressful in that house.
Channel servers, Mama C is a boomer, her and her gender stereotypes. Look, I am less emotional than my brother. I am on Prozac, but I digress. Go ahead. I apologize for the boomerness.
Yeah, but women are. Look at the evidence. You are a lawyer. You see the evidence in front of you. And
even between you and Dad, who's more emotional? Who gets their feelings hurt?
Yeah, but I don't bring it out anymore. I have matured and gone past all that.
Anyway. I don't have feelings. I have logic. We were talking about Ashley and that she was very upset because everybody was talking behind her back and she showed that vulnerable side to Vince in the HOH room. What did you think of how he reacted to her?
It made me feel uncomfortable, not only with Ashley, but when he also talked with Zay and Amy about why he nominated them. He was grasping at straws, trying to appease all of them. Ashley saw right through him.
He sat there and told Ashley, I win veto. I'll take you off. Would that build the trust back? Which she wasn't the one that had trust in the beginning. She trusted you wouldn't put her up. You said you had trust issues because she was paranoid. Ashley, she's a lawyer that went to Georgetown. She is logical. To me, that doesn't make sense. You put somebody on the block because they're paranoid, because everybody in the house is talking about them. I don't know. She saw right through it. She reads people. That's part of her job. You're right. She saw right through them. And I don't like how he's trying to smooth everything over either. You're going to make enemies in this game, and you're already making a weenie move, as Amy points out so aptly. Vince goes up to Amy in the kitchen and says, how are you feeling? And she tells him, I don't think it was best for your game. In the diary room, she says he's a weenie.
He has no idea who Amy is close to or has an alliance with. He says that she's been put up as a pawn. Now, he does want to get Ashley out of the house, but when he put Amy up, he only did it because he thought she would take Ashley off the block.
He misread that situation too.
He did.
I didn't really get her emotional reaction, but like you said, we don't really know what's going on in the house. She's not there with her kids. But then after this little chit chat with Vince, who she calls a weenie, we need like a weenie bell or something. Whenever somebody does an easy move, we should be like, I don't think I have anything on my soundboard.
Order a little Oscar Mayer weenie whistle.
Weenie moves. And Amy's going to call these out to the girls. So we go into a side room. We've got Amy, Rachel Riley, Lauren, and Morgan. As soon as I saw these four sitting there together, I was like, yes, make this an alliance. Please make this an alliance. That would be a good alliance.
They've tried all female, all male alliances. I think the one all male alliance they had was where
the Horsemen,
police office. Yeah. What's his name? Yeah.
Derek Claviser.
Yeah.
It might have been. We've watched a lot of Big Brother, but when I saw these four together, I was like, that would be a great alliance. I love their outfits. Now, Rachel's the little top hat on her head, I'm not a huge fan of, but the blazer, the green shirt underneath with her red hair looks great. Amy's dress off the shoulders. She has little roses on the sleeves. Very cute. I love Lauren's. She's got like this denim dress on with an open back. And Morgan, she's got my like usual comfortable gamer, but it looks cuter than what I would wear. Right now I've got a Taco Bell shirt on and an Antigua hat. I really like their outfits. Amy says, this is weak. I'm not a threat. It's week one. How am I a threat? This is a weak move.
Well, she was a threat to him because he wanted Ashley gone.
Why didn't Jimmy say that in the nomination ceremony?
You mean Vince?
Vince. Yes, Vince. I'm sorry.
Why don't you just call him Mario? That might help you a little bit.
Mario, he's trying to keep a target off his back. Now Zay, he's just going to play it cool. He goes, I could make an enemy, but better to make an alliance. He's going to lay low.
He's calm. Maybe that's how he built up going door to door as a Mormon or door to door as a salesperson, and having the door shut in your face. You have to have a spine and let it roll off you and go on to the next thing. So
well, that's interesting.
That
I bet that experience probably helps his social game because he has to interact with so many different people. He never knows what to expect when he's walking in on them at their house. So that really could help his social game. Now, I know that you like Zach and you like Lauren. Lauren and Zach are sitting on the couch. Lauren says she would love to learn chess.
All I have to say, it is so cute how smitten Zach is with her.
He is such a simp.
But she is playing smart. She is like, I have watched past episodes. I am not going to put a target on my back. We're just friends for now.
Lauren's the girl for him now. She is the perfect girl for him. Now, she hasn't had a relationship. She says she's dated, but she's really picky. And you know what? So is Zach. They have that in common. I think it's a match made in heaven.
Well, I think they're very smart young people to think like that. There's no need to rush. There's lots of fish in the ocean. You might as well choose the one that will be right for you.
Well, that's what Mama C says. But what do you think Mama Rachel or Mama Amy are going to say if they catch a sniff of what's going on over here at the chessboard?
Oh my gosh. You know what? So I just love Rachel this season. She is playing covertly. She is trying to encourage these showmances.
Because it's going to get them in their heads. Look at Zach. He's already simping out. He's got one thing on the mind. It's Lauren.
Well, and they must be doing it under the radar because Rachel has really zoned in on Riley and Catherine. And
Yes.
she has been pumping him up to, encourage him to go ahead, go for it, go for her.
Well, Riley.
Yeah.
Pumping Riley up, yeah. But if she catches wind that Zach has a thing for Lauren, then we know what Amy and Rachel's next target is. It's probably a good thing he didn't pick her for the have-not room. It might have gotten on Rachel's radar.
Absolutely.
That's going to be the weapon in this season, the showmances.
And if they can do it under the radar, more power to them.
Rachel's playing very smart. She's playing strong from the beginning, but not in a way where anybody's going to realize she's playing strong. The way that Jimmy and Vince are playing strong, Jimmy, very much in your face. Jimmy is just blowing up the house. Vince, he's trying to appease everybody, but almost becoming a hypocrite at the same time and not making any dang sense. Rachel, she's just like, I'm just going to let love talk. I'm going to let love do the
Rachel
damage.
has matured since the first 2 times she's played.
And she's going to use that maturity to her advantage over these kids. Oh,
yes. She's learned a lot, and I love to see that growth.
But she has played as these kids before. She has played this smitten showmance game. So she knows the game from both sides. She can exploit these weaknesses. This is the biggest I've ever been a Rachel fan in any of her seasons. I've never liked her this much, but it also could be because she didn't come into the house with Brendan, and she's so annoying when Brendan's around. Rachel and Amy, they've got this mom game going. They are standing at the laundry. They're watching Riley flirt with Catherine, and they tell him, hey, Riley, you want us to fold up your clothes and put them in the corner? Very mama of them. And Riley jumps right up, runs over to do laundry. But they're not going to let him do it alone. They're both helping him fold his laundry, and they're getting in his ear about a showmance because this could distract him. They're saying, do you like her? They're trying to build his trust. I think that taking on this mama role in the house with these kids, this could be a strong strategy. And Riley also promised his mom he wouldn't have a showmance. But he didn't say he wouldn't have a crush. So we'll see if he breaks that promise to mama.
All right. I did say that I don't cry that much, but this did bring a tear to my eye. Keanu talking about his father and why he's playing the game. He's talking to Rachel, and his father has cancer of the spine. And Rachel, I just love how she's very caring, and you can tell it's not like a put on thing. She is truly caring. Again, she's taken on that mama role. I just feel she is doing a great job of building trust with other people in this game.
Keanu wants to help support his family. Things have been good lately in his dad's treatment, but there have been times that they haven't been good. But I think this also kind of touches with us because you are a cancer survivor going on 20 years. Next year, it will be 20 years.
Absolutely.
So I've been there with my mom going through cancer treatment. So I definitely felt for Keanu here. But this is an important part of the episode because by the end of this episode, the house is going to start drawing lines between a couple of players. And this is showing you whose side who is on. And we're going to see that continue. So when it comes to Rachel and Keanu, these two have each other's back. She's using that mama strategy. You don't mess with her baby. Rachel, she is running this house. Now, Jimmy thinks he's running this house, but Rachel's running this house.
She is, and she's talking to Jimmy in the bathroom about, she's kind of like, again,
covertly.
Thank you.
She's
talking
saying
about,
I'm not going to win twice. Has anybody ever won Big Brother twice? In 27 seasons, I don't think we have one person that's won twice. We had Dr. Will, who got down to the final 4 in one of the All-Star seasons. Maybe even the final 3 with Boogie, Janelle, and Will.
Yeah, I know it doesn't count, but Nicole won a season of Big Brother, and then she won Reindeer Games.
So that's the closest. But Rachel's using this as a strategy. Basically, they're not going to vote for me to win twice. So wouldn't I be perfect for final two? An experienced player to take you to the end so you can win?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, her gameplay is just phenomenal so far. Just loving it.
And Jimmy is just flip flopping way too much because he starts, this is his number one target at the beginning of the episode. We're like 10 minutes in and he wants an alliance with Rachel. Might as well keep her around. So yeah, Jimmy wants to work with Rachel now. And then he does something I don't know that I've ever seen on this show before. Have you ever seen an alliance created the way that Heavy Hitters was created?
Well, I kind of thought it was good that he went around and said, let's meet in the boxing room at midnight, because it's kind of hard to be making alliances where people can just walk in and then you got to change the conversation. It looks sus. I thought it was a pretty good idea. What I loved is that Rachel came in ready for a fight because she had this red robe on and it looked like she was a boxer getting into the ring.
Oh, yeah, that's true. And Rachel's where the problem in this strategy lies. Jimmy hasn't floated this 5 or 6 person alliance idea to any of these other people except Zach. Zach and Jimmy were the winners on night 1. They've got this bond. You see them talking, and Jimmy says, I think it's better to work with 5 or 6 people. What do you think? Zach says, yeah. Zach goes, let's get Morgan. Let's get Vent. And then Jimmy goes, let's get Riley. I'm sorry. He says, let's get Rachel. Rachel Riley. That's going to be a tongue twister because when I think Rachel, I also think Rachel Riley. But Jimmy says, let's get Rachel. This is the precipice to what started this whole thing. And then they kind of just throw in Riley at the end. We don't know who these people are aligned with. I mean, we're in week 1. Maybe you're assuming that nobody has an alliance yet, but people are forming alliances on day 1. They don't know that Rachel is aligned to Amy. They don't know that Rachel is aligned to Keanu. But Jimmy is already like, all right, let's get it together. I don't know. Would you want to feel it out more?
Yeah, I would think so. You could see it through the whole episode, and people are seeing it. Jimmy is trying to run the house. He thinks he's the only one playing. And
Yes.
I don't think he's even gone far enough to think that anybody else has an alliance, which is really good because, like, the Mom Squad 2.0 is under the radar. And I just want to bring up, because I've just been looking it up, the reason it's called the Mom Squad 2.0 is because Big Brother 15 had a Mom Squad. And now this
Wait a
is
minute,
why,
wait a minute. Remind me of some of the players from Big Brother 15. Let me see if I can guess.
well, the winner, okay, there was Alyssa and Helen. I don't remember them.
Alyssa is Rachel's sister.
Oh, okay. Andy was the winner
Yep.
of that season. Then there was Amanda and Candace, Gina Marie, a girl named Jessie, Judd, and McCrae. You remember any of them?
Yeah. I don't remember who's in the Mob Squad, but I'm going to guess that it was Rachel's sister.
Yes, and Helen.
I don't remember Helen, though.
Yeah.
That
She
might not
kind of
be good for
reminds
Amy.
me of Julie. She kind of reminds me of Julie, but anyway, very pretty.
That's interesting. Mom Squad 2.0. Throwback to her sister 12 seasons ago. So Ava, even though she sees auras, I don't know if this is creepy, a haunting, but she feels like she's never alone in the Big Brother house. Never.
All I have to say is she might have the puppy dog eyes that cause Zach to choose her to be in the have not room, but she has a little puppy dog that likes to follow her around. Keanu, I just think it's so cute. He's drawn toward Ava, and maybe because she's just so nice, and maybe because he feels maybe she's awkward.
Maybe it's because she has that big booty.
Oh yeah, she did comment on that in the bathroom with some of the women.
She says genetically she's got that bootylicious booty. But they show this montage of Ava walking around the house and Keanu just keeps popping up in every room. And then she's talking to Will about this in the have not room. And she's like, I'm never alone. I'm never alone. He's there everywhere I turn. Keanu's always there.
But I don't get this feeling when I watch him, but when he's following her around, I almost get like maybe he's insecure and that he sees another soul who might feel insecure. I don't know.
I just got the feeling that he thinks she's cute and he thinks that they're buddies. He feels an instant vibe with her. And she even says that right now is like a vibe thing. She's just feeling the spirits, figuring out which direction they're going to lead her. But it's funny because when she finishes this conversation with Will, editing cuts to Keanu getting up and walking and makes you think he's about to walk in on him. That was cute. So I didn't watch last season. I didn't realize how the Power of Veto was going to work. Basically, Vince is drawing everybody's name out of the box. If your name comes up and you're already playing, which is going to be the 3 nominees, Ashley, Amy, and Zay, and they had a household, Vince. If one of their names comes up, they get to pick. So first name that comes up is Amy. And Amy picks Rachel. Rachel's already said, if I win Power of Veto, I'm taking her off the block. Next, he pulls Zach to play. Now, Zay thinks that this is a good thing. He thinks that Zach would play Veto and take him off. He had a conversation with Zach. Him and Zach are vibing. But this is putting Zach in a tough position because Zach is friends with Vince and with Zay. Vince wants to keep his nominations the same. Zay wants some help getting off the block. I didn't know how that was going to work with the twist, but we still have the 6 people playing. You just have 4 in stone and 2 randos. Now, Ashley, after the picks come, she gets Zach's ear. She goes, look, I know you're not going to take me off, but she's going to use logic with him. She's going to use reasoning. She's an attorney. She says, look, you've already won 2 competitions. You're safe. You are a have-not. You can't go home this week. It doesn't benefit you to win this. I know you're not going to win and take me off, so I'm not going to ask that. But consider throwing it. And Zach?
I think that it was very commendable for her to do that. I would do that too. But Zach doesn't fall for it. These people are really smart in this house. Nothing is really getting past some of their eyes. And I really appreciate
Well, do we know he
that.
doesn't fall for it? Because he says in the diary room, I haven't made a decision yet. But it's making sense to him what she's saying.
Yeah, I got the feeling he said, she's only trying to get me to throw the competition to give her an opportunity to win it. So I don't think he was falling for it. I mean, they have to go into the diary room and say something, just like you make me say things that I'm like, oh, I don't know what to say.
I'll make you say anything. I'm surprised that you're as quiet as you are, because usually you talk longer and louder than me.
Please, you're the lawyer. You go lawyer on us all the time.
You're the mom. I have your genes. You ask where I get it from. You. Now, we're going to the POV competition. I loved this competition. I wish I could have played in it.
I thought it was a really fun competition. But when I first saw Jimmy in his little outfit, I don't watch this show, but I do watch CBS shows, and the commercial for Ghost comes up, and there's a Boy Scout that's a ghost. He's an older Boy Scout. And so that's what Jimmy reminded me of.
I've seen that show, like the end of it, before a show I was going to watch started. There's something with like an arrow through it said. Anyway, I don't know. Jimmy, when I see him, he looks like Brian Koberger to me. I don't know if anybody else is getting those vibes, but also he kind of looks like my cousin.
Because you've even said he's cute and he has a beautiful smile. I didn't see that with Kohlberger.
Okay, let's not remind me of what I said. So this competition, it's a crime scene. It's a campside crime scene. We have the outhouse, the busted car, and the tent. I don't even want to know what crimes was committed in that outhouse because everybody said it smelled so bad.
Love the fact that the camera was in the toilet.
Me too.
So every time they put their face in it, you could see their face and how horrible the smell was.
The reactions that they had, especially Rachel and Amy's reactions, that was hilarious. First, when we see these flasks with stuff that says like ground shrimp, salmon, it's like pureed meat. I was thinking they were going to have to taste it.
Same here. I mean, I believe Big Brother has done something like that before.
Many times.
Who knows? That stuff may end up in the slop next week.
Oh, gosh, little protein. But I think I would rather smell it than taste it. Now, what happens is they go to each crime scene. There's 3 clues for each. This is the Summer of Mystery. They're going to have a shoe print, tire tracks, and a smell. Now, as an attorney, these are things that you do look at crime scenes. You look at shoe prints to try to match them to maybe the suspect shoes that CSI later finds at the house. You look at tire tracks to try to figure out what kind of vehicle was there. As far as smells, anytime you have someone pulled over for drinking and driving, you're going to see in that police report that there's the strong scent of alcohol. Or if it's a drug, there's the strong scent of marijuana. So these are things that really do play into a criminal defense attorney's world.
Yeah, when I saw Ashley and she was really getting into it, I'm like, this is the competition for her. And I really
Absolutely.
thought during the beginning of this that she was going to be the winner.
Ashley, yeah. I mean, she's an attorney. Now, we don't know what she is. She could be a paper pusher. That doesn't mean she doesn't have the skills. I do a lot of paper pushing as a bankruptcy attorney, but I'm also good when it comes to criminal stuff as well.
Well, you even said earlier, and you've said this when you were going through law school, that to be a lawyer, you have to have logic. And so I think this really played to her strengths as an attorney.
And they kept us guessing because while they did show the other people and how close they were getting, like Zach kept getting 3 X's, 3 X's, 3 X's. They didn't show any of hers. Basically, you go, you sniff around, then you go back to the CSI and you compare. And the girls really seem to be doing better in this competition. It could just be editing, but Amy and Rachel, we keep seeing where they've eliminated it down to 1.
Well, Zay was close. I could be wrong, but I think he was. When you got down to the people who said they were absolutely sure that the 2 they had up were correct, I'm like, well, why didn't you just take each picture that was left and try to press the button?
Well,
I
there
don't
were
know
3
if-
different clues on each picture. So you have the scent, the tire tracks, and the shoe for each suspect. So you might have someone with the same shoes and the same tire tracks, and it's just the difference of the scent. So if you're putting everybody down, you can already eliminate maybe 2/3 of that. You can eliminate everybody that doesn't have the tire tracks that it is and everyone that doesn't have the shoes. And then you're just down to the scents.
Right. But with Ashley, at least the editing shows that she was like, I know I've got these 2 people right. She keeps going back to the crime scene and checking the smell again. Why not just go ahead and try the one person? It was red. Try the next person. Why keep going out to the crime scene?
And you make a good point. It could be the editing. She might have only done that once and they just do it from different angles. We don't know. They didn't show her with X's at all. She might have gotten it right on the first try. We don't see her, I don't think, go up there at all with an X. Let's see. Yeah, we went back and watched it because I wasn't sure. But yeah, they didn't show any X's on her. We see her kind of like contemplating which one to put down. So we do see her multiple times in there putting the pieces down. It could all be the same time. Who knows with the editing? But they didn't show her getting any wrong.
Well, and last week I wasn't a big Ashley fan, but I became an Ashley fan this time because she's the underdog, and I always like to go for the underdogs.
Logic is going to be her strong suit here. You don't need to shower, girl. It's okay. You can be smart and not shower. And why would showering be the weak side to her game?
Okay, Lauren, you are so wrong because remember, before the veto selection, she was taking another shower and everybody had to wait for her. So obviously maybe the showering is her strategy.
Well, like Catherine said, she doesn't need to shower the rest of the season. She's done enough. Listen to Catherine.
All right, Vince is up in the HOH room.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly's there, and Kelly again says, put me up. And Vince is considering it. Now she has missed an opportunity to take her off. When she offered the first time, she was going to have 2 opportunities to take her off of the block. Now she only has 1.
And the only ally we've really seen her form is Vince.
Exactly.
And he tells her it's a 50-50 shot.
So, I mean, I don't know what he's thinking.
There's no more Skittles. Jake is here. Come say hi to Grandma and the Channel Surfers.
Hi.
Come here.
Hi, baby.
Hi.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hi, Channel Surfers.
What do you think of Big Brother?
I don't know.
Who's going to win Big Brother?
I think
Is Mario going to win Big Brother?
Is Mario going to win Big Brother? What do you think?
Mario, Luigi.
Or Luigi? Which one is Grandma?
Luigi.
Luigi.
Yes, Grandma's Luigi and where's Mario?
Where's
Oh my
Mario?
gosh. You know who could be Luigi is Riley.
Mario.
Oh, yeah. Riley could be Luigi.
Uh,
All right. We are back. Can't miss an opportunity to say hey to that little cutie, your grandson.
I know. I love him so much.
So Vince is in a pickle. He's got to put up a replacement nom since Ashley won the veto. And we were saying how dumb it was that Kelly was saying, nominate me. I mean, look, they aren't going back to season 3, though. They probably haven't. They might not have even been alive when season 3 came out. They don't remember Marcellus putting himself up as a pawn. Pawns go home.
Right. And especially that they have no alliance. The other people right now have some sort of an alliance. They don't know it, but Amy has Rachel, and she also is close with Ashley. And Rachel is in Keanu's
Vince just
ear.
think he's running the house the same way Jimmy thinks he's running the house? Does he just have
probably.
Kelly convinced that he's got the power?
Yeah, I don't even know why either one of them think that it's a big power play. I don't even get it.
It's not. It's a weenie move. Weenie! It's a weenie move. Putting her up would be a weenie move. Now, Jimmy starts saying, let's put up Keanu. He kind of softball tosses it to Vince in the diary room. Vince is like, I don't know, man. And then he starts going to every single person in the house saying, let's put up Keanu. Rachel says bonded with Keanu. So she goes straight to Keanu and she's like, look, I heard that Vince is talking about putting you up. Jimmy told me that. And that's what Jimmy told her. So Keanu goes to Vince and Vince realizes Jimmy's running around throwing him under the bus. So I thought this was pretty funny. They're out in the backyard and Keanu, he knows that Jimmy was the one who mentioned it to Vince. He's worked that out. He goes and he puts his arm around him and he's like, yeah, this has got to be tough for Vince. It's got to be hard to pick it because it's going to put a target on Vince's back, or whoever told Vince to put that person up, it's going to put a target on their back. He's playing a game right now.
Okay, and this is what I thought, and I think Big Brother thought this too, but he's like playing the mobster, the Godfather, like putting his arm around him, this big muscular guy,
I thought
putting
he
his
was
arm around this
flirting.
guy. No, I was thinking he's playing the Godfather. He's trying to intimidate him, because also Big Brother starts playing this music that reminded me of mobster music.
See, to me, he was flirting with Jimmy. He's like, I'm a cute guy. Hey, bud. You know, and Jimmy's like, wait, me? Are you talking about me doing that? And he's like, no, I trust you. And Jimmy's just kind of looking up into his eyes like, oh, this guy. That's how I saw it. But either way, Keanu's like, I'm going to give him every chance to come out and tell me. And Jimmy's not saying anything. He's not admitting what he did. So,
right. So then you see Keanu and Vince talking in the HOH room. We need to put up Jimmy. Vince is like, Jimmy thinks he's running the show, and he's not.
Well,
and
it's Keanu, Vince, and Kelly. Kelly was sitting there saying, put me up, which made me wonder if they've had conversations before. But I'm like, put Jimmy up. Yes, he's a big target. And that's what Vince says. Jimmy's a big target. Let him and Keanu go after each other. But he says it's a risk either way. If he puts Jimmy up, it's a risk. If he puts Kelly up, it's a risk. But Kelly hasn't stabbed you in the back. Jimmy already sat here and told Keanu that you were talking about putting him on the block when you weren't.
Right. I don't know how is this a risk? Is he afraid that Jimmy is not going to get on the block, stay on the block, or that he'll stay in after the voting? I mean, I think the house could easily be swayed to vote Jimmy out.
As far as he knows, though, Jimmy has that alliance, the heavy hitters. He doesn't know who's really in Jimmy's corner on that. Why not put Keanu up? I guess he doesn't know who's got Keanu's back either. I just don't understand why he would put his final 2 up, knowing it's a risk. And Jimmy has already sat there and told you who to put up, is playing this game like it's his HOH.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see where it would have been a risk. I guarantee.
But the fact that he sat there and said, you put Keanu's name out there to Rachel. He went up to Rachel Riley and said, the thought of putting Keanu up, let's put that on Vince. Keanu's a strong player. You just put a target on Vince's back.
Keanu goes up and talks to Vince about Jimmy.
Right.
Then Keanu goes up to his little crush, Ava, and says, "We need to get Jimmy out." Then Ava goes and runs and tells Jimmy, and she thinks this is good for her game. I don't even remember her and Jimmy having many conversations. The editing doesn't show it. She knows that Keanu would be loyal to her, at least I would think. That's what she'd think.
I think everybody's misreading everyone here. You know who's not misreading? Rachel. Rachel, she's got them all mapped out. So at this point in the game, what do you think of Vince's gameplay?
I've been going back and forth. 1 minute, I think he's brilliant. The next minute, I'm thinking, oh no, these are weenie moves. And
He's a weenie. I'm going to call him Weenie. He's a weenie.
Should we go to the veto nomination ceremony?
Well, veto nomination ceremony, Ashley, of course, takes herself off. And Vince, the weenie, puts up Kelly, his final two.
Makes no sense at all. The other two have alliances. He doesn't know it.
I don't know if it's going to be the dumbest move. Who goes home now? We've got another competition, but we've got Amy, Kelly, and Zay.
Okay, say Zay wins, gets off. I think Kelly goes home. Amy has more people in her
Rachel.
corner. You know,
Rachel's not going to let Amy go home. She's going to play, and she's got a strong social game. I think Amy's going to make it through.
Say Amy comes down. Kelly goes home again because Zay does have the strong guys in his corner, and he can talk and has a good social game.
And Vince doesn't have control of the situation that he might think he does when they're talking about veto. Rachel doesn't confirm or deny whether she would use the veto on anyone. And that was before he put up his final two. He's a weenie. I think he's a huge weenie. He's trying to make everybody happy. You're not going to make everybody happy as head of household. You just need to accept that and move on. I don't know whether Jimmy having a gigantic target on his back week one is going to be good or bad. They might drift through the same way they're doing it this week. Vince doesn't put them up because he's like, they'll take each other out. That's kind of a Dr. Will or Dan Giesling strategy. This is my last week here. I'm giving myself my own funeral. Having a huge target, it can be bad, but it can also, especially early in the game, be a good thing because people will think, oh, well, they've already got people to take them out later on. I don't need that blood on my hands.
Right. I just don't see Jimmy's future going far in this game unless he wins head of household next week. He did a big drama queen move after the nominations and called out Keanu. All these people Jimmy went to individually and was throwing Keanu under the bus.
I thought Keanu would be like, I just did the same thing you did, man. You went around and told everybody to put me up. I did the same thing. Maybe next week.
Keanu, unless we don't know about because of the editing, he only went to Ava and Kelly and Vince.
So at this point, who is the strongest player or the top three strongest?
Strongest player, I'm going to say, is Rachel.
I agree.
We don't know enough about the other ones.
Rachel is the strongest. I think Amy's in a great position right now because she's listening to Rachel. And like Rachel said, they might not pick two winners. Although if she's a floater, if Amy just floats along, maybe Rachel's our second Big Brother twice winner. I think Zach and Lauren could have a pretty good game.
They could because right now they're trying to fly under the radar with their and avoiding a showmance.
But Lauren might partner and ride Zach's coattails, and she's got a good social game right now. If you're coming on that strong in week one, I don't think it's going to be good in the long run of the game unless you do make it to final two, where you can say, look, I played hard every week from week one.
Yeah, I find it funny you say she's playing a good social game because when she was talking to Zach, she says, was just hoping that I could find one or two people that would talk to me. And I'm like,
but she's saying that
girl,
to make herself less of a threat.
Right.
She doesn't want people to think she perceives herself as being a strong social player. So that weakens her. It's going to be a good season. We've got a live eviction tonight. We've got
the BB blockbuster.
We've got the BB blockbuster. So we'll see what happens. We'll be back tomorrow with one less house guest. Unless, I don't know, expect the unexpected. We'll see. All right, Channel Surfers, we'll see you tomorrow. I will be putting up the Channel Surfer menu on our social media with the shopping list to make things easier. One thing that Mom Missy hasn't revealed is I actually make these lists a week in advance, and I try them out before I publish them. This week, we're going to have a Southern theme. We've got tomato pie. We've got pork chops and green beans. We've got shrimp and grits. That's a famous one here in Charleston. Hopefully, you guys will enjoy the 5 meals. If you're looking for something easy, you're not sure what to make, we got the shopping list, the recipes, and the meals. And we'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and get editing and get this stuff out there. I'm excited. This season is off to a great start.
Bye.
Bye.